Okay, let's talk about something that honestly has way more to do with your future than your bank account ever will, and that is the huge, powerful difference between having a rich mindset versus a poor one.
I mean, have you ever noticed this? You see some people who seem to have it all, but they're just constantly miserable. And then you meet someone else who's facing massive challenges, but they're just full of energy and optimism. So what's the secret? What's going on there?
Well, here's the key. It's not really about what happens to you. It's about how you see what happens to you. It all comes down to the lens you're using to look at the world.
So let's actually put this to the test, right? We're going to look at the exact same situation, but through two completely different sets of eyes.
All right, picture this. You just failed a job interview. It happens, right? Now, with a poor mindset, the immediate thought is to blame something else. The interviewer was biased, the questions were stupid, and the result, you just give up. But with a rich mindset, that same event is just feedback. It's data. The next action isn't to quit, it's to figure out how to improve. See that? Same exact event, totally different outcomes.
So, what even is a rich mindset? Well, it's like seeing your life not as some big battle you have to win, but more like a project you're building, brick by brick. Every problem, every obstacle, it's not a disaster. It's just a chance to learn how to build better.
And this is the core of it all. Just adding that one little word, yet, it completely transforms a dead end into a doorway. It says, okay, I'm not there right now, but I could be. It just opens you up to all these new possibilities.
Now, on the other hand, the poor mindset sees the world like a scary movie, where something bad is always just around the corner. It's a mental operating system that pretty much runs on excuses and blame, because frankly, that feels a whole lot safer than actually taking a risk.
And think about this for a second. How many times do we use the excuse of just being realistic to talk ourselves out of a big dream? It sounds so responsible, doesn't it? But a lot of the time, it's just fear wearing a costume, stopping us before we even get a chance to start.
Now, if any of that sounds a little too familiar, please listen to this next part, because it's the most important thing you're going to hear. You are not stuck. You are not locked into one way of thinking for the rest of your life.
I want you to think of your mind like it's a gym. If you consistently do reps of fear and doubt, guess what? Those muscles get stronger. But if you intentionally train for growth and curiosity, that's what gets stronger. You actually get to choose which mental muscles you work out.
So, if our mindset is a muscle, how do we train it? What's the workout plan? Let's look at some really practical daily habits that will build it up day after day.
Here are 5 things you can actually do. Number 1, prioritize your long-term growth over what feels comfortable right now. 2, reframe every single mistake as a lesson. 3, don't just sit around waiting for opportunities, go out and create them. 4, protect your energy. Learn to say no to things that just drain you. And finally, and this one's huge, change the very questions you ask yourself.
This one slide shows the power of that last habit perfectly. Asking why me? Well, that makes you a victim. It leads absolutely nowhere. But asking how can I grow from this? That puts you back in the driver's seat. It creates a path forward. The question you ask literally determines the reality you experience. Want to start training that muscle like today? Here's your first exercise. Gratitude. It's so simple. Before you even check your phone in the morning, just find one thing, one tiny thing, to be thankful for. What this does is it trains your brain to start scanning for the positive instead of the negative.
Because really, all of these habits, they all lead to one big, powerful idea. You are the author of your own story.
So often, we start here, right? With a story that just limits us. I can't. It's a full stop, the end of the sentence, and pretty much the end of the effort. But then, with one little edit, we can change absolutely everything. Just by adding that one magic word. That period becomes a comma. The story isn't over. It's just paused for a moment.
And from there, the whole narrative starts to shift. It becomes an active story, kind of like a training montage in a movie. You're not stuck anymore. You're in the process of becoming something new.
And finally, you arrive here. The story has completely changed, from impossible to I'm capable. And you were the one who rewrote it, one little word at a time.
And here is the most crucial point of all of this. You are not defined by the stories you told yourself yesterday. Every single day, every single moment, you get to pick up the pen and choose your thoughts right now. So it all comes down to this. The next chapter of your life is a blank page. You are holding the pen. The story of your next 5 years is completely unwritten. So
What will the first sentence be?